Hello, good morning, dear students. Dear students, in our previous class, we had discussed up to the definition of algorithm, what is meant by an algorithm, and from where the name algorithm has come. And after that, we had discussed a person who has introduced an algorithm. All these things we had discussed in our previous class. But in this class, we are going to discuss about the characteristics of algorithm. It means an algorithm should have what are the characteristics. It should include basically the 5 characteristics. Come, now we are going to see what are these 5 characteristics of algorithm. A well-defined algorithm. See, algorithm should be well-defined, okay? It means a good algorithm. Okay, a well-defined algorithm has 5 basic characteristics. It has 5 basic characteristics. Among them, what are these 5 basic characteristics? The first is input, then definite, effective, terminate, and the last one is output. This means, what is meant by input? First units, as I know that anything which we feed to the computer, that is called as input. This is for the computer. But what is the input for algorithm? This means here, algorithm starts with procedural steps. It should have a procedure of steps. Okay, like that, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, likewise, it should have a procedure of steps to accept input data, the data which we will give to the algorithm. To accept that data, the algorithm should have the procedural steps, and then the algorithm must accept, it should accept, it must accept one or more data. Because if there is no data, then we cannot able to work with the algorithm. So the algorithm should have a data. One or more means some data. It should have the data. That is the meaning here. One or more data means it should have some data. Okay, to be processed. To be processed means to do work on that data, okay, to find the result of that data and to use that data in the algorithm. After doing the calculation, we will get some result, okay, and that doing of work is called as process. To process, an algorithm should include some data, and that data will be called as input. Okay, it should include a data, and the data will be called as the input. Okay, hope you have understood. And the next thing, there is definite. What is meant by definite? Definite means the algorithm should have some definition. It means clear explanation about the input data. That is here each operational step. Okay, the steps which we'll use for the operations. Operations means to perform the work, to process the data. That is called as operational operation. Okay, here operational steps means the steps which we use to process the data. Those steps are called as operational steps or operation. Okay, it should have operational step or operation, must be definite. Definite means clearly defined, clearly explained. Okay, a person who is going to solve the algorithm, he should know the clarity of the algorithm. Okay, that is, it means each operational step or operation must be processed. What this means? This means that is each and every instruction of algorithm must clearly specify Each and every step of an algorithm must clearly specify that what should be done. Every step must clearly specify that what operation we have to do. Okay, if we are adding two numbers in an algorithm, then we should know that the two, then we should know that we have to do the addition. Or else, if we are writing algorithm to find the area of a circle or the circumference of a circle, then we have to know that we have to find the area of a circle, or either we have to find the circumference of a circle. This is means here the definition. Okay, in short, I will explain that the definition is every step of algorithm should be clearly explained. That is called as definition. Next is effective. Okay, see, each operational step can, at least in principle, it should have a principle, each operational step, and that principle is carried out by a person, okay, using a paper and pencil in a minimum number of times. Effective means algorithm should be in such a way that a person who will write an algorithm using paper and pencil, or either pen and paper, okay, he should solve that algorithm, he should terminate that algorithm, or he should end that algorithm in minimum steps, not going too much of lengthy steps. Okay, that's the meaning here. Effective means algorithm should be solved in minimum number of steps. Should be the definite number of, finite number of steps. That is minimum number of steps. As much as possible, the algorithm should end in minimum steps. That is it. Next, terminate. Terminate means after some minimum number of operations, algorithm must come to an end. Here, the third step will clearly belong to the fourth step. This means an algorithm should get an end. Algorithm should have an end. It should not go continuously. Algorithm should have an end for minimum number of steps. Okay, algorithm must come to an end at minimum number of steps. This is called as here terminate. And last, output. Output means after processing the algorithm, after solving the algorithm, we need to get some result or the answer. Okay, that result or that answer is called as here, that is output. Come we shall see. An algorithm is written to solve the problem. Yes, definitely we are using the algorithm to solve the problem itself. Therefore, it must produce one or more computed results. What's written computed? Computed means calculated results. It should prepare one or more result. One or more means some result. At least one result it has to give, or answer. Result or answer, both the word is the same, and that result is called as an output. Okay, hope you have understood. And in short, now I am explaining all the 5 points. Input is the data which we will give to solve the algorithm. That data is called as an input. Then definite. Each and every step of an algorithm should be clearly explained. That is called as definite. Effective. An algorithm should be under minimum number of steps. It should not go too much of lengthy. Next, terminate. After few steps, after minimum number of steps, the algorithm should come to an end. And lastly, there is output. Output means after the processing of algorithm, after doing process for the input which we are given. And very clearly, if you want to explain output means the result what we have got after processing. That result is called as output. So these are the 5 things should be included under an algorithm. So for that thing, these are called as the characteristics of algorithm: input, definite, effective, terminate, and output. These are the 5 characteristics of algorithm. Students, so far we have discussed about the characteristics of algorithm, and now we are going to see what the algorithm actually means and how it looks like. Now look here, this is what we call an algorithm. See, as I said, that is, it should have basically the 5 characteristics, that is input. The first thing is input. Okay, see, we have taken an algorithm to find the area of a rectangle. Okay, we have taken an algorithm to find the area of a rectangle. See, this algorithm basically includes 5 steps, like that: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. Then how can we start to write the algorithm? Always, for writing every algorithm, we should take step 1, and step 1 should have start only. That means the beginning of algorithm. Okay, then step 2 should have inputs. See here, read the values of n and b. The formula for area of a rectangle is area equals, okay, length into breadth. Right? Area to find the area of a rectangle, the formula is, that is, area equals length into breadth. Length into breadth, we have taken it as L and B. Okay, to write an algorithm, we have to input 2 values L and B. So the first character of algorithm input is O, because we have taken L and B, length and breadth, as input. This is the first character. Then definite means each step should be clearly explained. See, step 1 is having start, and step 2 read the values of L and B, that is giving input, length into breadth. Explain. Then step 3, calculate the area of a rectangle. Calculate, that is area equals length into breadth. Okay, in mathematics we will use into sign, but here in computer science we have to use the asterisk sign. Okay, then step 4, print the area of a rectangle, that is output. Okay, then step 5, end of algorithm, that is stop. Definite means each and every step should be clearly explained. We have explained, and definite is over. Next, effective. Effective means an algorithm should complete within minimum number of steps. See, only under 5 steps we have completed this algorithm, that means it is effective. Okay, and then terminate means after few steps, after minimum number of steps, the algorithm should come to an end. See here, only after 5 steps it has stopped. That means algorithm has come to an end only for 5 steps. So terminate is also okay. Then the last thing is output. Output means after processing, a result should be generated. If we process area equals length into breadth, okay, we will take simply as area equals length is 5 and breadth is 5. Therefore, area equal to 25. This 25 is the output. As example, I have taken. Okay, it is the output. See here, print the area of the rectangle. Here, output is printing. Output equal to, output means output area. That means it will print the result of area. So finally, we have got all the 5 characteristics are okay with this algorithm. Then this algorithm is said to be a well-defined algorithm. Then this algorithm is said to be well-defined algorithm. So this is how an algorithm should be. It is not confirmed that within 5 steps we have to complete, but in processing it will go few more steps. till 5, 6, up to 10 steps it can be. Okay, but within that the algorithm should get complete. Okay, this is how the algorithm looks like, and this is really the algorithm is. Okay, now after seeing and understanding the algorithm, now we are going to see about the advantages and the disadvantages of algorithm. If we write an algorithm, then what are the advantages of that algorithm and what should be the disadvantages of that algorithm? Here, it is a step-by-step representation. Yes, as we know that it is a step-by-step representation only of a solution to a given problem. Right? If any problem is given, like that area of a rectangle, that is a problem, and it is step-by-step procedure to find the area of a rectangle. Right? Take an example to find the area of a rectangle. Then we have written the algorithm, which is a step-by-step procedure to find the area of an algorithm. Okay, solution means the result of that algorithm, which is very easy to understand. Yes, it is very easy to understand. And next thing, it has got a definite procedure. Yes, each and every statement is explained, each and every step has explained clearly, which can be executed within a set period of time. If some time is given, okay, within that time the algorithm can be executed. The first thing is it can be, and it should be understood clearly. We can understand the algorithm clearly. And next thing, within a given amount of time, within a given period of time, the algorithm can be solved. And next thing, it is independent of programming language, just like C, C++. Okay, these are the programming languages, but algorithm is not depend on any of the programming languages. So it is completely independent of the programming language, and then it is easy to debug. Debug means clearing errors. Debug means clearing errors. So it is easy to debug. Easily we can clear errors, as every step has got its own logical sequence. Yes, every step is having its own logical sequence. For that thing, we can easily debug errors. Next, these are all the advantages of algorithm. Then what are the disadvantages of algorithm? Here, it is time consuming. Yes, it will take time. Okay, in given set of time we can solve, but it requires time. Okay, it will take time to get solved. That is called as time consuming. That is one disadvantage. Next, an algorithm is developed first. An algorithm which is developed first. That algorithm, then it should be converted into a flowchart. Algorithm should be converted to flowchart. After that, it should be converted to computer program. Directly, an algorithm cannot be converted as computer program. First, it should be converted as flowchart, and then it has to be converted to computer program. Hope you have understood. In short, I will explain the first step. It is a step-by-step procedure, and we can understand clearly. And next, it has a definite shape, and it is executed in a given period of time. Next thing, it will not take or make use of any programming language. You see, this programming language independent, and here it is having step-by-step sequence. Every step is having its own logical sequence. So here, easy to debug, easy to clear the errors. These are the advantages. Then among disadvantages, it is time consuming. It will take much time, and then an algorithm can be first converted to flowchart, and then it should be converted to computer language. It means directly an algorithm cannot be converted as a computer language. So these are the things in this class we have discussed. That is, what are the characteristics of algorithm and how an algorithm looks like, and in what way, in what procedure of steps we can write the algorithm. Those things we have done. we have discussed, and after that finally we have discussed the advantages and disadvantages of algorithm. In our next session we will see what are the next things are included in our chapter. So till then, thank you.